two-seamer and the slider. He is a sinker-slider guy. He tries to X the plate, meaning the sinker will go X's on both sides of the plate.
Ortega fouls one, and it's 1-1. With a huge defensive play as well, an outfield assist to cut down a runner at home. And he sends one to deep right center field. Duran and Bradley towards the gap onto the track. It's Duran on a deep left factor with how balls fly out or don't fly out of here. A couple of strikeouts, but 3 walks, a season high. A chopper towards second for Trevor Story. 2 up and 2 down here against Winkowski. And had 3 hits yesterday, including 2 doubles. The other number that stuck out to me, a huge improvement for Happ, who loves hitting at Wrigley.
He loves hitting at Wrigley. You mentioned Wilson Contreras having about the year Happ's had, and like you said, cutting down on the chase, cutting down on the strikeouts as he strikes out.
Tough there at 95.
I kind of asked, was that a delayed steal? Because he was delayed at the start.
Patrick Wisdom takes a strike. Winkowski went 1-2-3 on 8 pitches in the first, and he works fast. Wisdom a little slow chopper towards third. Devers charging, tough play, and he throws it away into the dugout. And Wisdom will move on to see on plays like that too. Here's Horner.
There are very few.
Bunt shown by Horner. Pushes it towards Devers. Winckowski is off the mound to play it. And he throws it into the dugout, into the camera well. 2 quick errors and a run across for the Cubs. Yan Gomes bounces one to the right side. No play at third base. Cordero will have to toss to Winkowski. There's the first. Narciso Crook comes to the plate in his 3rd big league game. The shift on as well with 3 on the left side. Strike on the outside corner. It's now. Lingering knee issue. Count 3 balls and a strike on Crook.
Minor leagues, almost 10 years. Cubs called him up, gave him an opportunity.
And he sends one to center field. Duran's back on it. This should be deep enough. Horner will come across and score. It's the 2nd Major League RBI for Narciso Crook. And it's an
opportunity in an RBI.
First offering to Alfonso with a back issue, but he has started to swing the bat as of late. Cubs have had a lot of injuries this year. They've had 25 to do with it as well. A 1-2. And it goes down swinging. A couple of Boston Cubs scored twice in the 2nd. Into the bottom of the 3rd. Christopher Morel leads things off against Josh Winkowski. Cubs manager David Arclighter Jr. has to jump in. How do you navigate through that as a manager when you've done all this prep? Alex ready to go.
They should know meetings like, hey, do what you do best, and they seem to be on a good page so far, but there's no way to prepare for that.
Morel continues his hot stretch. He dumps one into right for a leadoff 3rd inning single.
Rossi even
ended up getting hurt on that, so that's probably part of his. But the walks would drive you crazy in this.
Yes, you are correct. It was you. Felix Doubront started. Okay,
yeah, that explains it a little bit. I know. I mean, he turned into a really good pitcher, but
person with the Cubs, right? He walked a guy in that game.
And runner goes, swung out and fouled.
And then last but not least, Mike Karp walked 5 in the 9th. Yeah.
1-2 on Rafael Ortega. Morel stays this time, and it's 2-2 on the Cubs lead. Saw that quick pitch, almost a quick slide.
1-1 to the plate, and that is usually a red light, don't go.
Switched it up that time with a little bit more here. Over 12, beg your pardon. Good stop that time by Plawecki. That keeps Morel at first. 3-2. And he draws a walk. Back-to-back base runners to lead off the 3rd. Contreras, a bouncing ball, could be 2. Bogarts to Story to Cordero to get 2 outs. On to third base goes Morel, but he gets a chance. It's a nice tempo from Winkowski, coach working with Winkowski. 2-0 the count on Ian Happ.
In the count, maybe with wisdom. If I'm David Ross, I give Happ the green light.
And he went after that 3-0. No one came up and in from Toledo, Ohio. Comes home with a 3-1. And he gets Happ to foul one, so he's worked himself. A 3-2 with Morel at third. Is called strike three. Winkowski. Score here 2-0 Cubs to the bottom of the fourth. Patrick Wisdom swings at the first offering. Pops it up, and Franchi Cordero navigates. The Cubs scored 2 runs in the second. One of them was that allowed him to move into scoring position. The next batter, Nico Horner, had a bunt single. And that's how the Cubs took an early 2-0 lead. In there for a strike. Good off-speed pitch from Winkowski.
100 to 100+ miles an hour and has no hits.
Wisdom goes down swinging. Another good off-speed pitch from Winkowski.
Looks in control, holds runners well.
And he deals a strike to Nico Horner. He's now in 10 consecutive games, and he's been hot during the streak. And he's starting to become
out of shortstop.
Yep. You know, Horner got an off day yesterday. It was Winkowski with a 1-2. Florida. Defensive swing there from Horner, and
it's closer than that.
Even closer than 20
yeah.
minutes. Horner with a roller back towards the mound. Winkowski trying to calmly make this play, but Horner's got enough speed to
feel dirt out of the grass.
They've been on the grass. There's Gomes, who takes one up and in. Tried to hit the outside edge. It's 2-0. When he was a high schooler, he had a chance to go often as he deals a strike. The Twins at the ballpark. 2-1. In there for a strike. 2-2. And knowing actually going to the Taylor for David Ortiz. Gomes lifts one in the air down the right field line. Bradley over all the way to the sidewalk.
Spring training is the place to do it.
2-2 to Gomes is rolled on the ground to third. Nice backhand by Devers. Slings to second for one. Relay to first is beaten out by Yan Gomes. A slowly developing double play in the game's second run back in the second. Now, if you want an autograph from Narciso, he says, I'll give this to you, but you have to do one good deed. Says he's got a platform as a professional athlete. Yes, sir. And Narciso Crook has a nice little policy there as he makes his big league debut. It's a guy who played a.
How does he get? How does he know? How does he cash in on these deeds?
How do you keep track? Crook goes down swinging. Beautiful night at Wrigley. Cubs lead at 2-0, and Alfonso Rivas goes around. This might be the best night of summer. I was joking with folks. It is picture perfect. Venerable build in the 1918 World Series. They played at Comiskey. It's because Comiskey could hold more fans. Of ballparks, you wouldn't have to, but that is very odd.
Well, there's no way the White Sox, I don't think, would let the Cubs.
Yeah, not anymore.
Or vice versa. It's just
no way. There's a bouncing ball to the right side. Cordero's going to have to backhand, and it's a tough play. Rivas will beat it out, and he's safe at first base to start to right in the third. And he shows bunt and then taps it again. It went off the bat right around home plate. May have still. Pitch number 69 from Winckowski is upstairs.
Or if you're really good, you can bunt it straight down and then hit it. We're like,
I like how your mind thinks. You're always like, how can I sneak one past you?
Oh, he bunted it
Not
double.
good, but that time that was bad. That was right back to Winckowski for out number one.
All-Star game.
I agree. It should be the third time for him. He could potentially be a star. Wilson's brother has had a really nice year for the Braves. That'd be pretty cool if you see a couple of brothers, 92 or 93. No one fouled, and it's 1-2 on Ortega, and then
If this is what I have to be a major league player, I have no chance.
In the air to right, Bradley over and in, and there's the second out. Back to first base goes Rivas. Still out for the Phillies with that broken thumb. So that's why William for the Ball and a strike on Contreras. Darrow, that was a trade that sent Andrew Benintendi to Kansas City. This one a little harder hit, but another ground ball. Bogarts to Story for the short out. All time between the Red Sox and the Cubs. A 2-1 Cubs lead to the bottom of the 6th. And Ian Happ waves through. One swinging, one looking. Josh Winkowski view against the Orioles, but since then, 3 straight wins.
Watch how fast he works. Watch how he commands the ball. Watch how he's not afraid.
Well, Baltimore chop to first base. Cordero is there, kind of stumbled. The ball came out of his glove when he tried to play the tag on Ian Happ. One of those infield hits tonight, and one of the 2 Cub runs. Hits that one hard, but just foul up the line at third. 75 errorless chances up the left field line this year. This one fouled off to the right. 0-2 on Wisdom.
Now, who keeps track of that?
I'm going to go ahead and guess that 0-2 is high to Wisdom at Fenway Park. But I think one of the quotes I heard, very close to returning. Check swing from Wisdom, then just dropped a little bit low. And on Wednesday, and then maybe be ready to come back to the big club. Called strike 3.
Question mark.
There's Horner. In the air to left. Verdugo ranging back towards the track, and he is there to flag it down. Back to first goes Ian Happ. Verdugo's made 6 strikeouts tonight. Here's Yan Gomes. That reaction.
Yeah, the whole world saw it. It's good.
No big deal.
I mean, there must be some late movement on his ball, because other than that, it's been a ton of ground balls, a lot of weak contact.
That one fouled back by Gomes.
The question is Rich Hill? How's Rich Hill going to be?
Runner goes. It's fouled away. Hill had to leave yesterday in the game knowing that I was hurt.
It's so hard to though, because you can only go off of.
Broken bat flare towards third. Devers waits on it. Has plenty of time to retire Gomes. And Winkowski.